Welcome to HR Tips and Tricks. Today, I'm going to talk about something that nobody wants to talk about: JD, job description. So, when the function wants to hire someone and HR goes and asks them that give us a JD, they request HR, आप ही बना लो ना. Now, HR is in a quandary because they need the support of the function. So today I'm going to request our co-founder, Mr. Sunil Zandani, who has over 27 years of work experience, to take us through the process of making a JD. The format, what should go where, and how should it look. And it should be impactful. So I welcome Sunil, and I hope this session is going to be very useful to you.
So job description essentially, basically job description is the list of activity that we expect from the role holder. Okay, because at times what happens is that in absence of a job description, there are certain expectations that a manager has with the team member. However, that is there in the mind, but when the person starts working and those certain tasks are not delivered, which are there in the mind but are not explained to the role holder, it becomes very difficult for the person to understand. So therefore, to keep everyone on the same page, a job description is defined. Job description is extremely important to attract the right kind of talent, and writing a job description is a very critical task, because what happens is, because we also run our recruitment vertical, what we have seen is that when we hire a person as per the job description, but when that person goes through the interview with the line manager, the expectation of the line manager at times varies from what he or she has mentioned in the JD, right? So it is very important to read the mindset of the hiring manager in terms of the exact job requirement, in terms of the functional requirement that the manager has. So drafting a JD in consultation with the hiring manager becomes a very important activity, and therefore the respective department, the hiring manager, and all stakeholders have to be kept in loop while drafting the job description. As I have already mentioned, the purpose of job description is to attract the right talent pool. It also helps in terms of manpower planning. So one of the questions which Tapti, you would ask about manpower planning. So manpower dimensioning, job descriptions are very important part of the entire planning activity. And it also helps in developing the guidelines for the right kind of compensation. And it offers a clear information in terms of what the job title would be, the location, the number of positions which would be there, and the responsibilities thereof. I'll straight away jump into a job description, a sample job description for, I'll take one of the profiles. I'll take the profile of finance and accounts head. So this is a common reference point for all of us. The first point in a job description is the job title. Okay. So the title is basis the organization structure that you have defined. And so you put the job title there, which department and division that this job title belongs to. So we need to write the name of the department. If there is any, so at times we've seen mentioning a shift is also very important. We can't assume people to know that whether it's a night shift or a day shift, because a lot of surprises we have seen while hiring people that it was a night shift, but they never mentioned it. And when the person had gone through 2 rounds of interviews, we realized that, it was for a night shift, which obviously the person did not agree. The salary range. So this salary range will be determined by what you have mentioned in the annual operating plan, or as per the market benchmarking that you have done through various sources within your industry, and depending on the location, the geography, the uniqueness of that role. So you put a salary expectation also. In terms of the reporting hierarchy, so it is both upwards and downwards. In case there is a team reporting, so we need to put the in the box below also who which position, because normally at lead level people would want to know what kind of team size they would be handling. So it's always good to mention the key reportees as well, apart from the reporting hierarchy. The main purpose of the job is very, very important. So we have to summarize the role in in a few lines, so that we have to summarize the role in a few lines, so that there is a complete role clarity by reading those two or three or four lines. So, in this, what we've tried to mention is that we are seeking a highly skilled and experienced head of accounts to join our firm. The head of accounts will play a pivotal role in managing and overseeing the financial aspects of our business. He or she will be responsible for maintaining accurate financial records, ensuring compliance with accounting standards and regulations, and providing strategic financial guidelines to the company's leadership team. He will also be developing and executing financial strategies, leading the existing accounts team, managing the annual budgeting process and financial forecasting. So this is the basically the purpose of the job. If you are able to further fine tune it and refine it in a few lines, it becomes very important, because when your recruitment team talks to the prospective candidates, they can define the role in a few lines. Or when you are publishing on LinkedIn, or you are sending out a WhatsApp to the prospective candidate, you can give a summary in a few lines, which becomes which is very for people to go through it in a very short span of time. So apart from that, you also mentioned the key accountabilities. Now we have divided this in key accountabilities, key results, and key activities. So key accountabilities basically are the specific bullet points of what the role expectation is in terms of in this profile. So, and this actually this can be copy pasted for publishing the role on I mean, if you're posting a job on LinkedIn or Naukri, you can pick up the key accountabilities and paste it there below the job summary. To prepare and execute financial strategies and undertake cost control, to manage the annual budgeting process, financial forecasting and reporting, to ensure effective compliances with all federal, local, and state regulatory bodies, coordinate and manage annual audits and optimize. So these are all to lead, mentor, and grow the company's existing accounts team while managing risk. At times, we have seen that people also write if there are any specific things that they want to write in terms of, they should effectively manage the team, or they should conduct weekly meetings. You have to be very clear in setting the expectation, all the things that we assume. And but if you don't write, then the interpretation of those things may not be correct for the person who's reading it. So it is always good to mention if that person has to conduct a weekly meeting, or that person has to give a daily report, or a weekly report, or a fortnightly report. All those things should be mentioned in the key accountabilities, so that the person knows right from day one what the expectation of the manager is from this role. Then in terms of key results, so these are actually the KRAs that you're writing, and for executing those KRAs, what are the key activities that person would be required to do? So what you have done is you have summarized the role in terms of the main purpose of the job. The main purpose of the job is summarizing the role. Key accountabilities is detailing it. Key results is the quantified results that you expect from that role. And to achieve those key results, what are the key activities that you need to do? So we have made a very detailed, and some of the things you may find it repetitive, but these are very important points, so that there is a crystal clear understanding of the role to the prospective job holder. So for this role, enhance execution of financial strategies and strategic planning. So to do this, these are the key activities that the person would be required to do. Then enhance control over financial operating and including budgeting, forecasting, and financial reporting. So these are the key activities that a person is required to do. So key activities are actually the day-to-day work that person will have to do to deliver the KRAs. So these are very granular things that we have mentioned, so that the person exactly knows that what are the things that person has to ensure to deliver the KRA and deliver the work as per the job role. Then enhance compliance and financial and with financial and tax regulations. So compliance with all local, state, and federal regulations. Prepare and file all required financial reports and tax returns. Then optimize cash flow and smooth efficient audit process and vendor and supplier management. So it talks about cash flow management. उसको कैसे करना है? Coordinate and manage annual audits, working closely with external auditor to ensure smooth and efficient audit process. Monitor and optimize the company's cash flow to support operational needs and growth objectives. Maintain strong internal controls. So we're talking about internal control. We are talking about cash flows. We are talking about audit. Then oversee vendor payments, and then it also involves negotiating favorable terms, and also managing key stakeholder relationship with the key suppliers. And then it also talks about teamwork and risk management. So it has been further broken down into four things: the overall job role, which is the summary of the role; key accountability, which is the breakup; key result is what is the quantified result expected from this role, and what are the key activities to achieve these key results. Then you are mentioning the qualification and experience and qualification that is required for this job. So you are education, the experience. If you want from a specific industry, you can mention that as well. Or you want from a specific geography, that can also be mentioned. Some of the companies now have started mentioning if they want to hire people from a specific companies. So they've started mentioning that as well. So apart from experience and qualifications, some of the key functional things like proficiency in Microsoft Office and accounting software, interpersonal leadership, team management, and communication skills, attention to details and accuracy in financial data, ability to work independently and fast of team while handling confidential data, ability to manage multiple tasks. So all your interview questions can be around these skills and experience that you're looking at. So actually, these things come out from a discussion and understanding of what competencies are required and what functional and behavioral competencies are required to do that role. In terms of special skills, tax knowledge and audit preparedness, proficiency in handling financial and software and MS Office, multi-currency accounting, data security awareness, ethical conduct and compliance, organization skills, attention to detail, creativity and design awareness. So these are the special skills. Then key customers, internal and external. So although we haven't mentioned here, but internal customers would be all other employees, because this person is required to clear the payments also. And external customers would be vendors in this case. And then you mentioned the position holder, somebody who's approving this job description, and the date. So this is how a job description should look like ideally, which is a very detailed note of each and every unique role that you have in the organization. And for that, a job description can be drafted like this.
Thank you, Sunil. I think it was an amazing session and we really enjoyed it, and I got a lot of appreciation in the chats. So, thank you very much.